Goodness, solo fly. Okay, we live now. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
I'm good, good, busy, tired, man. You know how, like, cause I went to bed in the middle of the day yesterday, so I woke up at 8, so I couldn't go right back to sleep.
Yeah,
So I'm tired because I had to be up this morning.
tired, boss.
Yeah, I am. That's what it boils down to. I'm tired. I'm trying to see if I can get this like this, cause then I can use this. Okay. Nope. 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 Never mind. I'll let it go. I was gonna try to go live on TikTok too.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay, bam. We live on YouTube. Let's see about Insta. I mean about Facebook. Should be live on my regular page. Right, we should be live. Live on 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, should be. Let me. Okay, bam. It's on there. I just like to check.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Okay, bam. It's okay. Yeah. So turn my sound down. All right, let's go. Let's go. So today we're going to talk about finances and fitness. So um it's tis the season, it's beginning of the year. Everybody's being reminded of their goals and what they want to do or what they told themselves they're going to do. So today we want to kind of touch on that and touch on how fitness affects your finances, and how you can possibly save money by being better with your health. So we're going to talk about that. How was your holiday? What did you do for New Year's?
Uh, New Year's, I went to a party, a '90s party. Had to bring it back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. Sometimes you need the throwbacks, man. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah, agreed, agreed. Definitely, definitely.
It was
And
a
I feel like
preparation.
too, the old school music to me, like it just had the bangers, like
Yeah,
the bangers. I don't know, maybe because that's our era that we grew up in, but to me, the bangers, you just want back to back to back. And I feel like because a lot of the music now, I listen to some of it, but some of it I'm not really a fan. I'm not really a fan.
yeah. I have younger clients that they like to listen to what they like to listen to, so I try to make sure they good. But man, I never thought I'd be saying it like this. I feel like an old head right now. I'm just saying, like, man, back in
These
my day,
kids, me.
man, we used to have the bangers. I feel, what I'm saying, but it's a blessing. It's a blessing to get older, see different things. So it is what it is. But yeah, I definitely more with the back in the day stuff, man. This stuff now, it's all right. It's good to bang out in the gym, and I just hear the beat, but
Right. Because sometimes the beat is what you need to help you move.
right, right.
So I see we got a couple people on here already. If you have fitness goals or financial goals for 2023, just type yeah in the chat. Um, I feel like most people have one or the other, if not both, in most situations. So I felt like this is a definitely needed live. Oh, and today is National Personal Trainers Day. So I brought him here for a reason today. January is Financial Wellness Month, and today specifically is National Personal Trainers Day. So what other day better to bring it? It's the beginning of the year, the first Monday of the year. Like, why not? Why not?
Yeah,
So
no doubt, no doubt.
so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Money Mastery Academy. My name is Nia, your Chief Learning Officer. So, oh, January 27th. I'm sorry, January 23rd through 27th. I'm doing the 5-day money challenge again. We're running it back. just go to the5daymoneychallenge.com. I'm going to show it for 5 days, and just pretty much give like a mini masterclass and tell you and help you and show up and drop information, tips, gems, resources, everything you need to help you really get a good start to your year financially. And it doesn't cost a thing. So let's go. So today we're here, as I said, we're going to talk about a couple of topics. We're going to talk about um, being mindful of your fitness if you're a high achieving woman. So if that means someone who's busy, you're normally possibly a decision maker at your job, and you just don't feel like it's enough time in the day. So it makes it hard for you to really be able to tackle your finances. We're going to talk about how you can be mindful of your fitness, but not break the bank. Because some things you can do at home, you can take a walk, especially if you live somewhere that has nice weather, like you have way more options. So as always, I brought company. This is actually my personal trainer myself. So he's the one, when you all see me working out or you see me lifting weights or doing all that stuff and you're congratulating me in my inbox, this is the man who's responsible for it. So I'll let him go ahead and introduce himself and tell you a little bit about him.
All right, guys. My name is Stefan Fouché, and I've been in the personal training, the fitness field for 21 years. Every year I say that, it just makes me feel older and older, but I've been in the game a long time. But and just going piggyback on what Nia was saying about the New Year's resolution crowd, every day is an opportunity to change. You know what I'm saying? So I always, but everybody has this as the day, and it's cool. And it's always good to just do a whole reset. But every day is an opportunity to reset. So don't get discouraged if you start the year off slow.
I kind of want to make a comment about that too, because I see online a lot of times people are like, oh, here they go, the new people in the gym. And, oh, everybody wants to be new year, new me. But it's like, look, if that's what you need, if that's what it takes and that's what helps you reset and helps you get on track, like, so be it. So be it. Go ahead. I'm not in the business of clocking when somebody else goes to the gym or clocking someone else's fitness journey. I'm too busy trying to get mine right.
Yeah.
I got enough to worry about trying to keep myself on track with my fitness goals. So, but I see the comments all the time, and it's like, if that's what works for them and that keeps it like, good for them. Leave them be. Leave them be. Leave them alone.
Yeah, people bullies out here, man, especially the folks in the gym. So it is what it is. And for all my new people, disregard that. Just wear bigger headphones and don't listen to nobody. Just do your work in the gym and then figure out your own way. And then eventually all that subsides. So
Exactly. Exactly. So first thing, we're going to ask him a few questions. We're going to put him on the spotlight today, y'all, just so you know. So we're going to ask you some questions, and these are questions. Now, me, myself, just to give a little bit of history, I have my own journey with fitness. You see it. I'm always trying to stay active and try to do things that are active. But we all know one of the biggest parts about fitness is nutrition. So we're going to hit that in the head right off the bat and go into nutrition. So again, new year, new me. I'm looking to get better with my fitness and get better with what I eat. Starting the year off, I just came off of two of the biggest eating holidays of the year. What am I doing?
So that's the thing. Like, well, hopefully for this year, we can get you to the point for the next holidays. It won't be such a stressful situation. We're following, one, your money managing tips, and two, been constantly doing the things you need to do before these holidays hit. Like around September sometime, I always just tell people, hey man, let's train for the holidays. Get ready for these holidays. So we're not in a position where we feel like, oh man, you already stressed. You're stressed because of the stuff that you got to do for the holidays. So you're going to emotionally eat. And that just goes back to our relationship with food in general. And I think when it comes to nutrition, we got to kind of figure out what is putting us in a position where we need to eat certain foods to feel better about ourselves. And I think that's one of the key topics that people don't really like to talk about. It's not necessarily there's always the logic aspect of it, right? You eat a certain amount of calories, you burn a certain amount of calories, you create a caloric deficit, and you lose weight. Of course, we all know these things, but then when we see the cookies at the table, or we see the cheesecake at the table, we see.
Lower your voice.
Yeah, I know. I'm not talking to anybody in particular, right? But when we see these things at the table, are natural. We emotionally make a decision that that basically allows us to um, go for that satisfaction, temporary satisfaction, as opposed to the long-term goals, right? So we have to change our relationship with food, and there's a couple of ways to go about that. One, and it goes kind of right what you do as far as money managing and how it's more affordable to get to your fitness goals is cooking your own food and create and meal prepping. Because when you're the average person that eats outside, I mean, on the low end, you're going to pay about $30. And even in fast food areas, you're still paying about $10, anywhere $10 to $12 for a meal at even on these little fast food restaurants. So you want to put yourself in a position where you can stretch that $12 to $13 and create two meals. And it don't have to be rice cakes and peanut butter. You know what I mean? You could eat food that you will enjoy.
Okay, hold on. First question: what is a caloric deficit? So, I mean, you said that you have to be in a caloric deficit. What does that mean?
So ideally, you want to know, you want to be at least 500 calories below what you're eating. So that's why it's important to, in some ways, you got to count on either end. A lot of people don't like calorie counting their food, but you need to at least know how many calories you're burning. All right. So then you could be more mindful of what you're eating. You know what I mean? Just doing the little simple tips of looking at the back of something that you're about to eat, understanding how much calories you're actually eating. If you say two cookies, you're like, man, two cookies might be about 500 calories. Okay, cool. All right, this is I mean, this is just, it is what it is. You have to understand the numbers, especially on the end of what you're burning, because I feel like people who track that what they're burning are more susceptible to take accountability of what they're eating.
Mhm. Okay. So basically you saying out of sight, out of mind. So if I'm not very mindful of what I'm putting in my mouth, it's easier for me to continue to put more in it. And then especially I'm not knowing how many calories it is. I feel like I'm definitely guilty of that because I can eat something sweet in a day. So sweets is my problem, but I can eat something sweet in a day and then I'll forget that I ate that. You know what I mean? So like maybe I ate it at 11 o'clock in the morning, but I get to 8 p.m. I forgot I ate that at 11. So it took me to starting to actually log what I was eating to help me understand that. To help me understand that. It
Right.
really did. Because I wouldn't even realize it. I'm like, oh dang, I did eat that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And as tedious as it might be in the beginning, once you got to kind of get a grasp of what you should be eating, I always start with how much you're burning, right? So if you're burning 3,000 calories a day, and a lot of people are burning that and don't even know it. They have no idea what they're burning, just it being active, moving around. There's a lot of things that may happen there. That's why it's important to track that and understand that. Then a caloric deficit would be your diet. Just say you could eat 2,500 calories that day. Ideally, it depends on what your goals are, but most people like have on a diet plan between 18 to 2,300 calories, somewhere in that window to give a little bit of wiggle room. So it's like once you understand that, then there's tricks to it. You can refeed at the end of it, where you could, if you're going to eat something that you want to go out and eat with your friends or whatever the case may be. If you're at a caloric deficit for most of all the week, then you have those added calories that you may be able to, treat yourself to, so your body doesn't go into this fat storage mode. Because sometimes you need to eat some of that food to just kind of let your body reset, but you're still at a caloric deficit. So it's not like you don't necessarily have to diet. It leaves more room for flexible eating.
Okay, so question. I'm doing well. I just started my new eating. I'm doing good. I did great. I stayed right on plan the full day. And then I went home and I ate a whole pint of ice cream by myself.
Mhm.
How do I recover from that?
Well, Well, of course, I'm always gonna say you got to work out. You work that off the next day, and then just don't even think about it, right? Just like, hey, I splurged. I ate the quarter ice cream. I ate my 26 about 1,400 calories in that one sitting. Okay, hey, reset. Next day, do your workouts. Get back on track as far as your diet is concerned, and just go from there. You got to have kind of a short term memory when it comes to those things, because the longer you let that linger, the longer you're going to feel insecure about what you're trying to do, and you're going to get more and more discouraged, and eventually just stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want food to beat you. You're constantly going to be battling with your diet, but you're battling with the understanding that you're going to overcome it. So you're going to have your up valleys and peaks and your ups and downs. You just bounce back.
Okay, because I feel like that's something that I do too. Somebody said, don't beat yourself up for eating ice cream. Exactly, because that's what I feel like you end up doing. You end up beating yourself up because you ate the ice cream. Now you sitting here like, oh, I know I wasn't supposed to eat that. So
Yeah,
then you go, like you said, you go through this whole thing. So it's like you got to like, look, it is what it is. You did it. It's done. Like basically move on from that.
yeah. You come into the perspective. That's going to happen. You know, your body is going to be like, hey man, where's what we've been eating, man? What's going on here? You trying to change it up on me, and it's gonna put you in a position of craving those things. And also it goes back to the emotional eating part, man. You might be having a stressful day, something may be going on, but just like they tell you, when you're having a bad day, there's always the next day. And that's kind of what you should apply to your diet as well. You know what I'm saying? It's the 80-20 rule. If you're 80% of the time doing what you're supposed to do and you mess up one time, we have a tendency to be so negative. We're just thinking about that one time that we messed up, and now we're letting that dictate our next move. No, you just got to reference back to what you've been doing, and and then just move on. Oh, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I was
Okay.
still muted. Okay, next question, because I feel like this is something else that I hear, I see with other people. Women and lifting weights.
Yeah.
A lot of women don't like to. Me myself, since I have started lifting weights, thanks to you teaching me how to, because before I didn't lift weights either at all. And then I would work out and I would exercise and I would start getting thinner, but I wouldn't keep my shape. My shape would leave. And then I got like this lopsided look and it was just all bad. And it just made me start working out completely.
Yeah.
So if you could give some tips or information about a woman who's thinking about starting to lift weights, but she kind of scared because she's not trying to look like a man.
Right. Well, that's okay. Well, first of all, we're gonna debunk that whole thing. You have too much estrogen in your body to be out here looking like a man. Okay, if you're lifting weights, you have to promote testosterone, and that's from lifting weights. Promoting testosterone allows the muscle to build and allows you to have the figure that most people want. It's so funny to me when people say that, because they watch people on Instagram deadlifting 200 pounds and they got the bodies that they want, but then I tell them to do it and they like, well, I don't want to like the Hulk. Well, you're not, like, wait, I don't understand this logic. But that's because we've been conditioned to hear this nonsense. You must lift weights. It's very important. It's essential in getting the body that you want. There is obviously I'm a believer that you need to do both. You need to do cardio and you need to lift weights, and because you want them to work together. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a lot of my clients do forms of cardio in their rest days from lifting weights, because you want to develop the muscle as you're burning the fat. So now you're not dealing with any loose skin issues or
Mhm.
body being shaped a certain type of way, and you're just like, whoa. Because the thing is, your shape, it's just like the stomach is the last thing to leave. That's what everybody wants to slim down, but everything else slims down first, and then you like, man, hold on, I look like SpongeBob or something. But
And that's
nobody.
exactly how I was looking.
Yeah, but no, but you got to be patient with the process. And if you're patient with the process, uh, coupled with the lifting of the weights and getting the necessary protein for the muscles to grow into shape, you should be good. But you have to lift weights, guys. You have to lift weights. You will not look like a man unless you're taking some type of steroids or something.
So
You will.
why is it so important to lift weights? What does lifting weights do that me just doing cardio doesn't do?
Well, lifting weights, one, obviously it helps you shape yourself the way you want to shape yourself. And
Mhm.
also you have to protect your bones, you have to protect some of the joints around your body so you could continue to do more workouts. You know what I mean? You don't just doing cardio only, it could be, detrimental to some of your joints if you're constantly running every day and doing those things without necessarily strengthening the muscles around it.
Mhm.
Like I said, it's a big deal. It's a major part of my program. You must lift weights. That's the importance of it, because strictly cardio, cardio is good to do, because I know there's a lot of people who say don't do cardio. Cardio is good, and because like, obviously for your heart, your respiratory, everything to improve. But it's funny how people just debunk it, like, well, it's just good for your heart, but that's it. You know what I mean? So I mean, good for your heart is a good thing. Yeah, you need that.
Okay, that's kind of important. That's kind of
That's
important.
kind of
I don't think you can live
yeah,
without that. I don't. Last time I
right.
checked, you need that to live.
Yeah,
So
I think it's
pretty
somewhat
high.
important.
Yeah, pretty high, pretty high. So let me just be honest. Like I've been working out with him for a while, and we have a love-hate relationship. We cool when we not in the gym.
Mhm.
When we not in the gym, we cool. That's my dude. But
Yeah,
when we in the gym, it's a love-hate relationship. I'm gonna talk stuff the whole time because he gonna make you do stuff, and he gonna make you work. Okay, he gonna make you work. And let me be, I'm gonna be keep it real. You gonna hate him probably for that hour,
a lot of people don't like.
but I think when you get to that mirror, though, sis, when
Right.
you get to that mirror, I used to not even wear dresses, period. I didn't wear dresses. I didn't purchase dresses. I didn't buy dresses at all because I didn't like the way I looked in them, and I was self-conscious about how my stomach looked in them because it looked like it showed every wrinkle, roll, crack, crevice I had. I got, God damn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
It's
saying? But
real. It's real.
yeah, but all I've been wearing is dresses. I wear dresses all the damn time now. So it's like I feel like for us, a lot of us, it's confidence. It's building that confidence in ourselves, building that confidence when we walk outside. And when I'm consistently working out, I just feel better.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel better
definitely,
about myself.
yeah. Which is, I think, is really the main thing, right?
No, look, sometimes I be feeling too good. Like I be thinking in my head, like I'm walking with this body. Like you done worked out real hard and you get off and you feel like you just, man, like you just cut yourself up and then you be like, no, I'll get in and work that fast. Oh.
Listen, that like so like a lot of my female clientele, the self esteem just goes all the way up.
Mhm.
Just the fact that, but I think the main thing about that is, of course, you're getting to your goals, but also you're doing something for yourself. We often do things for other people, especially women out here. I mean, mothers, single mothers, whatever the case may be, their kids, their man, whatever. They're always doing stuff, and even at their job, they're always giving themselves
To
and
others. That's very
to other
true.
people. So when they're doing something for them, and then they're seeing the
Ooh.
benefits of it, it skyrockets. It goes straight through the roof. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of reasons why people do this stuff. It's the iceberg effect. I mean, we all talk about how good we want to look and feel, but it's usually stems from what's underneath that. It could be you being in a toxic relationship, or you feel, it could be anything that was someone you didn't get the job because you feel like you looked a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Just a lot of different things that allows people to kind of spiral, and then when they're trying to do something about it and they do, man, it just opens up the door to so much confidence and opportunities.
Oh, somebody say I've been on my journey consistently for 2 years. That confidence goes to another level. And
Yeah.
that's on everything. And you know where else I saw a difference in my dating?
Uh,
So I'm single and I'm out here in these streets. When
nice.
I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
When I started to work out consistently and I work out, one, I noticed the difference in compliments that I got.
Mhm.
And two, I noticed in a difference in how I felt when I was out at maybe a place where you might have men, or you going to an event and there might be guys there or things like that. I felt more confident in how I looked, which exudes that confidence that attracts them.
Right.
You see what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Because we are definitely attracted to confidence.
And it's hard to have that confidence when you're not happy with how you look.
Right.
It's hard. It's rough.
It's hard. It's hard, and it's like I said, there's so many different layers to it. The obviously the appearance. Everybody trying to lose weight. Everybody trying to look like somebody. This and that.
We all want small waists.
Yeah, and everything else showing, right? Everything else popping out. You know what I mean? And that's good. I got the workouts for that. That's what I do, right?
Oh, you ain't gotta tell me. Tell the people. Tell the people.
Yeah, because but at the same time, I'm more humble for the things that happens to them or to these people when they get these opportunities to show their confidence. And it like I said, it just unlocks. There's some people who've never been that confident in themselves. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when you start to do stuff for yourself, that's the key, man. Most of the time we've been kind of beaten down and not able to do stuff like this. So it's definitely a humbling circumstance.
What was I going to say? So, all right. Oh, hey Anthony, how you doing? Anthony was actually on last week.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah. That's what's up.
What's up, last week. So my next thing I'm going to get into, and I know you talked about your program. So you know what? I want you to tell us what your program looks like, because you see a lot of different trainers or you see different exercises and things like that. I'm curious, like, what's your program? Because you gotta
I got my 90-day reset.
I was gonna say, yeah, you got something coming. What's that? What's that about? 90 day what? What you doing for what would you have to do for 90 days?
So 90-day, there's the 90-day reset program. You know, I'm just gonna be walking you through workouts, diet, and also, you know, creating challenges throughout the month, and also just being a motivator. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different parts. I'm big on like my 33.3%, right? It's 33.3% diet, 33.3% exercise, and also 33.3% of the lifestyle of who you have around you. Of what stuff is really are you receiving? You know what I mean? Like, is it positive affirmations? Is it meditation? There's so many different parts that you have to consider. It's not just diet and exercise. If how you emotionally feel about something dictates what you're going to eat, or if you're going to go work out that day, we have to attack that part too. So I call it a 90-day reset because I think, you know, 22 hit a lot of people over the head, right?
22, 21, 2020.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to bring
3 years of trauma going on.
Yeah, it's been a little tough. So I just feel like everybody needs to reset and reboot and kind of get themselves back on track. So it's a number of different things we're gonna do. And you know, I got some folks that signed up already. So everybody's ready to roll. You guys could, if you guys are interested in the 90-day reset challenge, you could go to my website at nlsathletic.com, or you could go to my Instagram, which we'll probably talk about later. But
go ahead, drop it now. Drop it.
Oh, my Instagram is NLSathletic _Chicago. I'll pop up, click on it, and then it'll kind of lead you in the direction of what you need to do to get in that program, and also whatever other programs I have going on. There's my classes if you're in the area. One-on-one training, online training, whatever that you need, I'm here to help you.
So it's online and in person?
Absolutely, yes.
So nice. That's
the 90-day reset challenge is pretty much it's online. So I create the exercise programs. You just follow along. All you have to do is follow it, and just and then we'll be constantly checking in every week. You know, so
Anthony, I'm sorry to cut you off. Anthony had a question. He said, "How do you incorporate?" Oh, absolutely. I sure can. How do you
incorporate fun?
Thank you. How do you incorporate fun while you sticking to the program? That's a very good question.
Yeah. So I would say if you're creating your workout program, start to look into things that you may like to do. I think a lot of people like boxing, like kickboxing, you know, they like to those things because it's something that's new. Allow yourself to be uncomfortable in those situations, and you'll figure out how fun it is. In my program, a lot of us we like to compete against each other when it comes to certain goals. Oftentimes, so people find that to be fun. There's a lot of different creative ways to exercise to allow yourself to enjoy yourself. But I would say this: it's just consistency.
So some of the things I did was, if you look at my trunk, it looked like I'm some type of sports coach. I got a tennis racket. I mean, and I would go so we have at a lot of our different parks, we have tennis courts, just open for the public to use. I'll go do it by myself, put my playlist on that I can't sit still. But see, I'm a big dancer and a big music person.
Right.
But I basically will put on my playlist that I can't sit still listening to. And I would go to the tennis court and hit the ball against the gate and keep catching it. Baby, it burns the hell out of some calories.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. You have to identify what your fun is.
And it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was me time. It was me by myself. I was able to do it and just still get my and even taking a good walk also. And when the sun hitting you, that vitamin D is great. Okay. Oh, they said you went too fast. You need to give that Instagram handle again. You gotta.
Oh, my apologies. It is NLS Athletic _ Chicago.
Right, and that's N. So NLS is New Lifestyle.
Yeah, N as in Nancy, L as in Larry, S as in Sam, Athletic _ Chicago. Sorry about that, guys.
No worries. Okay, so we're gonna keep it moving. So one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up and why I thought this topic was important is because I don't know about you all, but I have a big older people in my family who suffered from different diseases and things like that. And I love to travel. And I know it will be very hard for me to travel if I got to go to dialysis 3 times a week. I got doctor's appointments every week. I have all these medications I need to take because I like to travel internationally. Some medications that we take here, you are not allowed to bring in other countries. One example is in Dubai. In Dubai, I believe some of our blood pressure medicine here, you can't bring into Dubai. It's illegal. So I want to work to be healthier for that. Of course, I want a better quality of life. I like looking good. I like being able to get up and move without, singing do, re, mi, fa, because my back and my neck and my knees are hurting. I enjoy being able to get up. But that's the type of things that motivated me, that made me say, okay, I need to do something and I need to do it and find something that I can be consistent in. But financially, as we get older and the type of care we will need and how many times we'll be in the doctor and all the co-pays it gets expensive. It gets very expensive. And then the cost that it weighs down on you mentally, I feel like makes it even more expensive. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this topic here. And then we're going to move on to the next topic, and ask them a few more questions. So for someone who's super busy, like we talked about the high achieving woman, super busy, what can they do to incorporate their fitness into their life if they're busy too? Because it's always hard when you first start. I feel like that's the hardest part. What suggestions can you give them?
So for the person that's busy, start with smaller workouts, right? So I would say, as far as length of time is concerned, if you could find a 15-minute workout, a 20-minute workout consistently, and if you could find that window of time to do that, you'll start to understand your schedule, right? Because oftentimes when we're busy, we're not really understanding all the things that's going on. So you're like, because you're constantly in that work mode. But if you're like, okay, 20-minute workout, let me try to do this real quick. And I don't mean, it doesn't have to be the 20-minute workout where you jumping on top of your counter and stuff like that. It doesn't have to necessarily be hit at first. It could be, you could just go out. If you're in a nice little weather, you could just run around for a couple laps, or you could jog in place, or you could just be conscious of trying to move around. And then you could eventually graduate to the more intense exercises. But you find yourself like a 15 to 20 minute window to just move. I think it's key.
The 2-word version of what he said is show up. That's what I heard.
I'm working on my empathy, right? You know what I'm
But
saying?
no, what you said basically, it sounds like you said consistently. If it's 15 minutes, squeeze that 15 minutes in. And you can do that. You can come home and I'm sure you got something you can clean for 15 minutes. You do that every day. Your house might be clean by the time you get to the end of the week and don't got to clean up at once. But yeah, showing up, and
And
I feel like 15 minutes is not that much to ask
it's
of yourself.
it's a mindset too. Like, man, you
Exactly.
don't got 15 minutes for yourself.
Exactly. That's what it
You
turns
know,
around. That's what it
that's what
turns
turn.
around
Yeah,
into.
like, come on, yo. Like, it's, and then you. But like for a beginner, like you asked, you do that first with the intention of buying more time.
And not only that, let me tell y'all something. So in the beginning, it's rough. It's like if somebody told me right now I had to go back to school again. I'd be like, what? Huh? But once you start and you keep squeezing in those 15 minutes, trust me, you're gonna start doing more on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna have to look for the time no more because it's just rough to get over that beginner's patch. Once you start getting in the groove of it and you're doing it, you're gonna start doing it consistently. It's gonna get to the point where you mad if you don't get to work out. Let me tell you.
Right. I tell you, man, there's employers out here that they give out gym memberships and they have you working out so you don't come into work the next day go post them. Okay.
And
Working out changes
I
your
used to work
mood
at
and
the
your
post office.
attitude.
I used to
Yeah,
work at the
like,
calm that down.
I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, a stereotype. But they gotta make sure you don't come in
No,
here snapping.
oh no, it's real. It's not. It's real. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. So I met an older gentleman at the gym some time ago that shared with me that he works out so that he can remain independent as long as possible. That gave me a new perspective in my health journey. And that's facts. And that's what it boils down to for me.
Right.
Also, I want to still be able to travel, to go and live my life as long as I possibly. I want to get the most out of my life. And I just don't see myself being able to do that if I don't start to take care of myself.
It's the wisdom. It's the wisdom, right? You know what I mean? Because that's kind of like that's me being in the age that I'm at now. Those are the things that I pay attention to, like the person who asked the question. It's about training to do everyday living. Like we often hear that with seniors, right? When I train my seniors, I call it EDLs, where they're just stepping over to make sure they're lifting their knees up, that they don't fall over, that they're not scooting. But that same thing can be applied to our everyday lives. You know what I mean? You want to be to the point where you're not sitting up there stuck because you can't move around. Um, it's that's real right there, because that's exactly how I go about it now too. I try to I want to be in a position where I'm able to fend for myself as long as
It's
possible.
possible.
So,
Exactly.
but those when you start to get into that realm of thinking, that's real motivation. Motivation to look a certain type of way is one thing, but motivation to not have to take any prescription medications is another. That's a whole
And, that,
nother level.
and here go another one, and it might be a vain one. I like looking in the mirror and liking the way I look in my clothes.
Absolutely.
I
Nothing wrong.
like being able to go to the store, find an outfit that's my size, put it on, and it look good.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter if it's vain or not. Whatever your motivations are, keep them, because those motivations will change. But you're still working out, right? Those motivations will change once you get to your goals for how you look. As you get older, you're gonna be like, yeah, I gotta keep doing this because I'm trying to make sure I could get up and down the steps without needing any assistance, stuff like that. I mean, it's because when we see it with that, we have senior members of our family that's been through that, that's been through that part of it, and we have senior members of our family that's still running around, and you try to tell him to sit down or her to sit down somewhere because they're still active and moving around and doing things. So
Mhm.
those points of reference is like I'd rather be that person than the person that's relying on prescription medication and needs a nurse or something.
Definitely, because my problem with prescription medication is it fixes one thing, but then it creates another.
Mm.
So it's not really solving the problem. And a lot of times it's putting a band-aid on the first issue. So it's definitely hard at the beginning, but now I work my life around my gyms. Exactly.
But yeah,
That's
that's
what,
it. That's it right
that's
there.
what it gets
Eventually,
to.
yeah, but that's when you get into that's a whole nother area of self. When you start to really invest in yourself and wanting to make sure you're okay, now it turns into a priority. We're
And
so
that's
used
the
to
goal.
prioritizing other people and others in other situations, make sure they straight. Once you start understanding that you need this, then okay, I have a meeting after my gym session. Okay, hey, look, hey, y'all heat up the food in the microwave. I got to go to the gym. You know what I mean? Just look like you, and then you'll start to understand and prepare yourself because you're gonna feel so good. Those endorphins are gonna kick in, and then you're gonna be running into people that's gonna be like, "Hey man, you need to go to the gym. I need a better version of you right
Oh
now."
no, how about you gonna start getting them compliments
Yeah,
from it don't necessarily have to be from the opposite sex. You gonna start getting compliments from everybody because people gonna start to notice because you're just gonna naturally be walking differently.
right, right.
Your
Yeah, and
head
then
head gonna be a little higher.
head's gonna be a little higher, and then and when you see the results, it's gonna turn to a priority. Like, oh no, and anybody who gets in the way of it, you gonna be like, "What you trying to
Look,
do?
I gotta go to the gym.
Yeah, what you trying to do to me?" You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's just starting the journey is important, and then you're constantly learning and working your way around how you're going to go about improving more time for the person who's busy, right? Or like we talked about, like the successful people, right? If you're successful, you have a point of reference. How did you become successful in your business? Though you have to apply some of those things for you to be able to be like, okay, you know what? I'm a CEO of this, and I know all the work I put in. So I know I got to put in. I could at least put in like a 30 minutes to an hour for myself to get myself going and could be consistent and be more frequent. And like you said, show up.
No, like you said.
Yeah. You know.
So she said, what exercises can you do at home versus going to a gym? That's a good one. That's a good one too, because sometimes maybe you can't make it to the gym. What can you do at home?
So there's a number of things you can do at home. I think body weight exercises, if you don't have weights or anything like that, body weight workouts still work as well. And it's all dependent on obviously what your flexibility is, your range of motion. But like, you could do your squats, you could do your, curls, you could do a lot of different things, even with your own body weight, push-ups, sit-ups, even the old school calisthenics. You know what I'm saying? I know people who did old school calisthenics with all their body weight and they cut up and jacked up.
Yeah, they cut
You know
up
what I'm
that.
saying? Yeah. So run in place. You could do certain things if all you gotta do is be willing to move around and figure it out. Like you could do a total body exercise. Like I said, you could do push-ups, you could do rows, you could do a number of different things. Push-ups actually work out your back and your chest if you go deep enough. You can do squats, work on your legs. You could do all the stuff with weights, with just your body movement. And I always suggest that you invest in some dumbbells or something like that that will allow you to do those exercises, and then there'll be a progression there. There's a lot of workout, the stuff you can do at home if you're not trying to go to the gym.
So Anthony got a suggestion. He's basically saying you can cut some of your social media time to incorporate more time for fitness. So that's definitely something.
Yeah, look at that screen. A screen of that
Screen
the
time. Yeah.
screen time. They'll tell you. They like,
That's
man,
me
you've been
too.
on Facebook for 7.5 hours.
That's me too. That's me too.
Yeah,
I
they'll
actually
tell you.
I set my Facebook to remind me if I've been on Facebook more than 2 hours in a day, and it'll
Mhm.
send me an alert and it'll let me know so I can get off of there to make me be more mindful because you end up spending so much time there and you look up and hours have passed and it's like what?
Right.
He say, what would your next video be? How to stay fit without weights at home, 10-minute videos. Actually, maybe that's something that you have in your program.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. So in my 90-day reset program, it's pretty much according to what you have. So I have
Oh,
at home workouts, and I also have if you're going to the gym workouts. So we're trying to address all angles and hit all people to get in better shape and feel better about
about
themselves.
themselves, yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely do a 10
So
minute
you meet
video.
them, you miss meeting them where they at.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's what you have to do as a trainer. You have to put themselves in a position, kind of make it so and so proof, right? You know what I'm saying? So they don't sabotage. You meet them where they're at, and you give them the proper tools to move forward and to progress. And if you want to work out at home, because some people don't like all those people in the gym and all that stuff, boom, let's set it up. Let's get you moving around. Eventually, you may be like, all right, man, I'm gonna go to the gym, or okay, let me go buy some weights, and also buy some weights for my house. Just get started.
I mean, and like real talk, Chico, you can use a gallon of milk in the beginning. Like
Yeah,
you can use it's
water bottles,
you can get
can of
very
tomato
creative in the
sauce.
beginning. Exact. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say it
Yeah,
again.
cans of tomato sauce, whatever. Like I do that with my senior classes, my Zoom classes, and we got water bottles, we moving around, and I'm still burning about 225 calories just in the 30-minute senior class. You'll be surprised how much you can actually burn by just moving around again. I think the market is so saturated with all these people doing backflip, pull-ups, and all this other stuff
So I
that we
gotta
be
jump over
like,
a
people
car.
don't want to. Right. Everybody's trying to jump over a car now. Where we be like, man, damn, so this is the prerequisite to work out again?
Like,
No, all you gotta do is just move around and be active, slowly but surely. Understand why you're working out. Understand how working out is making you feel, and then you'll start to want to do more and more and more. Because again, like we talked about initially, it's investing in yourself. Investing in yourself with not just money but time. And once you understand that, you're gonna want to do more and more things. Just start and work your way from there.
Anthony said, "Thank you for having that available."
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you're welcome. It's like I said, it's important to meet people where they're at, and everybody starts from a different level. You know what I mean? So it's as long as you're getting started, I feel like everybody's on the same level that's getting started. We're getting started. This is where we're gonna get started at. You should get started at home. My man over here will get started at the gym. The young lady over here is gonna get started with 15-minute workouts, 10-minute calisthenics. You're doing something to change change your situation, which is why people are so excited once they get to their goals.
Yeah, and it's like, so essentially, if you wanting to start and you're thinking about trying to get better, the first place to start is just start moving.
Yeah, just start
And
moving.
start moving, whatever that moving looks like for you. It can be walking. Walking, don't sleep on walking. Don't sleep on consistently walking, because it's a lot of people. You can Google it. It's a lot of people who have lost weight only by walking. Like,
Yeah, and those people, they lose a lot of weight because it's something that you can do. It's attainable. You can do it every single day.
exactly.
When we were kids, we used to have recess, 60 minutes of play, all that other stuff. That stuff was emphasized, moving around. And I grew up, we were eating frozen pizzas for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? And we was able to still be moving around, be athletic, be energetic, and all this and that because we were constant. There was a intentional. It was intentional for us to do that. I know a lot of people just wanted us to wear ourselves out, but at the end of the day, it kind of it gives the kids those natural endorphins, the adrenaline that we get after we work out. So we were still acting the fool anyway, but we just have to adopt that again, like making it a priority to move around. I think every day, at least 30 minutes, move around.
I
Yeah,
told y'all he's crazy.
30 minutes, y'all. Y'all can't move in 30 minutes. I'm telling you, 30 minutes a day of moving around. Y'all gonna feel better. I'm trying to tell you.
So you said something very important that leads into my next topic. You said be intentional. That I word right there. So we could talk. I say this all the time. I'm gonna keep saying it, but we can talk all we want to. You have to make the decision and take the action. He's gonna get you where you need to go, but he can only do that if you show up for yourself. He can't work, help you or teach you. The free YouTube videos can't help you or teach you unless you get up and take the action for yourself.
Yeah, it starts with just making a decision, right? Like
Mhm.
I have this client of mine who's 80. She's 86 years old, and he had said, one. It was like how I was training one person, and she came in, so they were conversing, and she was like, yeah, well, how did you go about like deciding to be a vegetarian or a vegan and not eat any meat? She was like, I made a decision. And it was just, there's no mind popping or no theories of why she did it. There's no cheat codes. You just make the decision, right? So with decisions comes accountability, right? So you make a decision to do something, and accountability. I know there's a lot of syllables in that word, y'all. Okay, but if you hold yourself accountable, just like you hold, your boss holds you accountable, or you hold your staff accountable to make sure they're doing what they need to do. You have to do that for yourself, because at the end of the day, that's who you're gonna be talking to. I could train you, I could do all these different things, but I could tell you what to do. But if you don't hold yourself accountable and do it, we're gonna be right back at square one. So making the decision to do it turns into, man, I did say I was gonna do that. Okay. All right. You look in the mirror every day and you got to figure it out.
So I have a point on that too, because I find myself doing that too as I go during my journey. I might get up and then I'll start doing something and I'll say, okay, I'm going to work out later, or I'm going to go to the gym later, but then I don't make it to the gym. So I say, which I'm going to start doing this myself. If I say I'm going to go to the gym and then I find myself getting later in the day and I haven't gone, or I say I'm going to work out and I haven't, I need to get up and at least do 20 jumping jacks. Like, on the spot, something
Right.
make myself get up and move. And it's also kind of me holding myself accountable. And what I tell people all the time, if you have children, tell your children. Children love to call us when we say to call us out when we say we're gonna do something and we don't do it. Tell your child. Tell your child, tell your family member, tell somebody who you know is gonna come back and get you.
Yeah, my son just tell me. I just tell people what to do. I don't do nothing. He don't see me do nothing. He just see me tell people what to do.
I might have to agree with him though.
Yeah, that's okay. Y'all all trying to jump me. That's okay. He's 7 too, so he on my heels. So that is, you brought up a good point. That's why I would mention we're trying to find to work out every day, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why I say do something every day is because life gives you days off, man. Stuff happens where you're gonna have to take a day off from it.
You know what? You're right.
That's why if I roll out the bed, I'm able to go to the gym. I go to the gym because I know it could be 3 weeks from now. The next day, it's gonna be like, oh, nah, man, we got an emergency, or you got to do this, or you got to do that.
Right, because life's gonna keep lifing.
Life's gonna keep life, and life is gonna create those days off for you. Mm-hmm. So just go to the mindset of I need to be active every day. So when that hits you, you're not feeling like, oh, I made a decision not to go, or you have a scheduled off day, and then the next day something happens, and then the next day something happens, and now you 3 days not doing nothing or not doing anything towards your goals, and then we kind of get back into our old habits. So I think you have to be a little bit extreme when it comes to that stuff initially. Just making a point to show up, even if I tell some of my clients that hate all these new people in the gym and stuff like that, or feel discouraged, just go in there, do your little cardio, and then go home. Just get in the habit of waking up, going to do your thing, and go home, and then eventually we'll start to incorporate more and more and more into that. But just get in the habit of getting up and going, or getting up and doing your workout.
So this person say people seem to always look for the secret, and ain't that the truth? I feel like I got to step on my soapbox just a little bit for a second for this. I feel like this is with everything. This is not only with fitness. I find this a lot in finances also. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat. That's one thing you're not going to see. Like, I teach personal finance. I'm a financial empowerment educator, but I'm not here to sell you any hoop dreams or wolf tickets. And if you old enough to know what that means, you in my age range. I'm not here to sell you a dream. I bring the real. If you notice these lives I come on every day, I bring people in. We're not coming in here no fancy suit and no PowerPoints. We come in here to talk and have a conversation with you about important topics to help you learn and educate yourself so you can do better for yourself. But it's nothing quick about any of them. There are no secret cheat codes. There are no wonderful pathways that make you lose 30 pounds in 2 days by the time you need to wear that dress you bought. You shouldn't have bought that dress in your goal size. You should have bought it in your size. Because I know I've had a closet full of gold clothes before, a whole tote full of gold clothes, and they stayed in that tote for years. And at some point, I had to make the decision that if I don't get up and work out and do something, I'm laughing at his comment. If I don't get up and do something, then guess what? It's never going to happen. I'm never going to get in those clothes. They're just going to keep holding up space in my closet. And same thing with your finances. If you don't get up and do something about it, who gonna do it? Like with the challenge. My challenge is free. All you have to do is show up. We're telling you that we're going to show up for you. We just asking you to show up for yourself. That's all we're asking.
Yeah, but that goes back to the main thing, right? We actually have a hard time with holding ourselves accountable to that. You know, when you ever heard somebody tell you about
this A word?
You know, somebody tell you about yourself. You ever had somebody tell you about yourself?
Mm-hmm. Plenty of time.
People feel
I'm known to tell other people about themselves. So
right, but when someone tell you about yourself and they telling you the truth, like you like, oh, yeah, I don't really like how that feels.
Right.
Excuse me, I've been kicked out of better places.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but then you like, okay. You have to imagine having that conversation with yourself on a regular basis.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And I tell my clients too. Look in the mirror, have a conversation. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have looked in the mirror and cursed myself out about going to the gym before. I have looked in the mirror and said, look, let me tell you something. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna take your ass to the gym today, okay? Like I have literally had that conversation with myself to drag myself in the gym. And you know what happened? When I walked out the gym, I felt so goddamn good about myself that I did it and that I got it done. Like this person say, discipline is way better. It's greater. You need discipline and consistency.
Yep.
Discipline and consistency to whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you're gonna need both of those.
So whatever gets in the way of discipline is usually vices, right?
Ooh.
So the things that like
don't forget Mr. Laziness. He be coming in there showing his face too.
I look at people in their diets. I look at food like drugs, like they're addicted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when you're dealing with your clientele, I can't tell my boy that's on heroin to just stop doing it. Hey man, stop doing it. They're gonna be looking at it. They're gonna be like, well, okay, okay, I get it, but this is my vice. You have to walk people through it, and you got to try to help them along the way and find ways to get them to the point to look at food differently.
Yeah,
because there is no secrets. There's no secrets at all. But most of us already know. Mm-hmm. Get to a caloric deficit, you will lose weight, work out.
But it's not that easy.
But there's something that's holding you back, and that goes back to the iceberg effect. And I always challenge people to write down what their issues are, and then see if they can and see if they can attack them, or at least be honest with yourselves about it. Therefore, that will create the motivation for you to actually do it. Like, okay, I have all these issues underneath the iceberg effect, and now I'm doing something about it by working out. Now I'm doing something about it to attack the things that's making us go back to our vices, that's making us crave these certain foods. Because foods is just supposed to replenish us. It's not supposed to make us feel better.
But it does. You know? In our defense, as one of your clients, they have chemicals in the food that makes your body crave it. So it is definitely that's another.
Well, that's my point. But that's my point. That's why it's not as easy as, okay, hey man, just stop doing this. There's a lot of chemicals and drugs too, right? That makes people become addicted. It starts with the whole milk you was drinking when you was a kid. That's full
this
of
is your body on milk. Remember, with
right,
the tall big guy, and then the real short guy, but the real big tall guy, he drinks his milk.
Right. We've been conditioned to think that certain foods and understanding that is horrible for you, right? So Yeah, I'm reading that comment too.
Yeah.
Man. Never heard that. See, man, look, hey, man.
So that's a Chicago slang, Anthony. Wolf tickets basically mean like you selling lies, you telling lies. It's kind of like saying you selling wolf tickets and they buying them. You know, that's just kind of what it means.
You wolfing, you talking.
Yeah, you wolfing. Exactly. That's what it means. That's why you selling wolf tickets. And gold clothes, women, that's a woman thing. I mean, guys might do it. I don't know. I've never heard of a guy doing it, but women, and then y'all can let me know in the chat, y'all that's on here, if you've ever bought gold clothes. Gold clothes is a big thing for women. We buy clothes based on the size that we want to get to, or we buy clothes based on an old size that we used to be, that we have plans to get back to. But
I think that's a good thing, though.
You say what?
I think you should have one gold.
Yes,
dress.
One gold dress is fabulous. I'm talking about whole gold wardrobes. That's what I'm talking about. I said clothes with the S, plural. Like, I have had a whole tote full of gold clothes. And a lot of times we hold on to gold clothes that we wore back when we was fresh out of high school. 3 kids before, and it's like the likelihood, and it's like I think it's a mental thing. I think it's us torturing ourselves. And none of it doesn't matter if you don't get up to do anything. He said a couch is the greatest threat to workouts. Man, the couch, the bed, both of them.
So yeah, that's why I'm big on going somewhere, like going to the gym or going to the place, because you want to get up and go, because your house is tough. It is tough, but I feel like if you have the mental capacity to do workouts in your house, I think you can do anything out here, because that couch and that bed is right there.
Right there.
You make the decision to get up and do your workouts at home. That shows discipline.
Right. Pillow top, like, hey,
yeah. Pillow be looking at, man. I wake up every morning. I roll out this bed and I be running out of here.
Really?
The bed.
So you get out of it. Yeah. So you get out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you don't,
I'll lay in the bed. I sure will.
Because
it's just comfortable.
Every time you wake up, it's a conversation between you and your bed. Mm-hmm. What you gonna do today? You gonna do the things you need to do today, or you want to just, we comfortable? You stay with me.
Okay, so bam, that's the first step right there. You wake up in the morning, you have a conversation. What you gonna do today? What you gonna get done? If you got time, like he said, get up, run to the gym.
Yeah,
Don't stop. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200.
Yeah,
go straight to the gym.
Straight to the gym, man. Just continue, because it will constantly. Everything progresses. You going to the gym on a regular basis, you're gonna start feeling good about yourself. You're gonna feel those endorphins. You're gonna be like, yeah, man, okay, this is what's up. This is what they telling me about. I'll be honest with you. When y'all first start working out, especially with the weights, you're gonna be sore. You're gonna be you're gonna be mad at me. Okay, everybody gonna be mad at me. They're gonna be like, man, what's up with this? Are you trying to kill me? What's going on here? It's a prerequisite. You will be sore for beginners. You will be sore. That means you're going in the right direction, y'all.
Now, y'all know I can't let him come on here and lie to y'all. You gonna be sore after the beginning too. Don't let him fool you, because as you get better and as you improve, he's gonna push you. But I'm not knocking it though. I'm not knocking it, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm not knocking it. Because I would never have increased the weight myself. I never would have did the harder workout. I would have just kept doing the easier workout that I was comfortable with, and therefore I wouldn't see the results as quick. So I'm not mad at it, but I just can't let you come on here and lie to my people like that. I got to tell them the truth. You're going to be sore after the beginning. It's not only in the beginning. Do not let this man come on here and lie to you.
It's going to feel like you did something. You did something for yourself.
I still get sore sometimes.
That pain is it just represents how hard you work, and then you're gonna learn to love the pain. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm still waiting. I haven't reached that part, you all.
There's levels to this, but like my man right here, what he said about that's why you go to the gym the first thing in the morning and go ahead and get it done. I feel you. Mm-hmm. I do my workouts first thing in the morning.
I do too. I
get the energy. I'm doing something for myself the first day, because the first thing in the morning, because oftentimes if I kind of linger and let it go into the middle of the day, I'm already bogged down by my clientele, meetings, stuff like that, and all of a sudden I'm just like,
you know, the other thing too, I like it because I'm waking up first thing in the morning telling my body burn.
yeah,
I'm waking up first thing in the morning and my body gets in that habit of, oh, it's time to burn fat. It's
right,
time to burn fat. Like,
yeah,
I want to tell my body, yes, keep burning, keep burning. And that's what I do. So if it comes to a day that maybe I don't get a chance to go to the gym and get my full workout, I have no problem with going in my kitchen, turning on some music and dancing in my kitchen like it's nobody's watching. You'll be surprised how many calories I burn doing that, but it still tells my body, okay, don't stop burning. We still on this path. So that's one thing that I do also.
and then and when you get to we go into like the mental hurdle of maybe something happened in the morning where you couldn't get to your workout. If you the day you carve in that time to still get it in when you don't feel like it, you're going to feel you're that's the different level. That's the next step. You like, well, man, okay, I got it in. I feel good. I found a way to get it in, and then that creates that dynamic. Like, oh yeah, see, I could do this.
That's the day you got to go.
Yes, there you got to go.
That's the day you got, the day that you feel boggled down and you feel like, oh my God, I'm not going to go to this freaking gym. That's the day you got to go, because that's the day when you at that turning point, when you're about to make it a priority. That's when you right at the tip, because that's your body getting tired because it's adjusting to you doing this workout, and that's it starting to work. So that's at the point where you can't not miss it. You got to go that day.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that simple, man. If you want to get to your goals, you have to put in the work.
If your schedule allows, go to the gym at the same time each day. It becomes something that you kind of become obligated to do. It becomes a part of your daily schedule. I have my schedule set going to the gym first thing before work. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. Same thing I just said. It tells your body like we move and we burning, and your body, that becomes the norm for it.
Yeah. And again, like I know I've been saying this the whole time, but it's just for you. It's for you. It's
Hell,
for you to do.
My TikTok I posted today, literally, that's what it says. Sometimes your budget only allows your self-care. Like sometimes the only self-care you have in your budget is just dancing in your kitchen, singing at the top of your lungs. That was literally a day that I worked out in my kitchen.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. For real. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing a little bit of doing something. It doesn't. You could work out at home. You could work out at the gym. You can go outside. I love when the weather's nice. You know, we in Chicago.
I love
so
it.
That's why, hey, all y'all in Chicago, please get some vitamin D pills. Okay, so you know what I'm saying, because we're not getting enough sunlight. Everybody be mad up here in these streets. It's a mood changer. Get your vitamin D supplement. That's one of the things that I'm big on, because when you're outside in the sun and you get in that, your whole mood changes. You know, we're supposed to be outside now. We ain't supposed to be locked up in here. So definitely do that. But what I was gonna say was, when the weather is nice, I love being outside and doing workouts outside.
Same.
It's like, okay, I can just go jogging, I can go do this, I can go do that. You can switch it up, and it goes back to the question of like making it fun. You could do certain things. You don't have to just keep it at, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym and do this. Or you could do different things to kind of switch it up to break some of the monotony that comes with it. So, you know, there's different ways of just being active. Just like I said, 60 minutes of play.
So yes, we already over an hour, so we're gonna go ahead and start shutting it down. But I truly appreciate you for coming in and sharing information and just real down to earth, to help people get in tune with themselves and get better and do better when it comes to their health. So to sum up kind of what he said today, you guys, show up for yourself, be consistent. If you're looking for help and you need somebody, he does have online and in-person programs. If you're not in Chicago, don't say, oh, I can't do it because he's not here, because he made something for you too. I told y'all he's not gonna let you off. He created something for online, so you could do it online or in person. So just know that you have help, you have options. We know that it takes time, but it's going to help you financially and physically, mentally, honestly, and spiritually. Like, it's amazing how much just being consistent to show up and do something that's investing in yourself. So again, if you could let them know where to find you.
I was just going to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So guys, you can reach me in my IG, which is NLS Athletic _Chicago. Facebook is just NLS Athletic. I also refer you to my website, nlsathletic.com. Please follow, because I love to like answer any type of questions. People come to me on Instagram, Facebook, it doesn't matter. I'm right there answering questions because I'm kind of a nerd with it.
And y'all, I got this recorded, so we got proof that he said that y'all can answer all that he would answer all your questions. Just so you know, I got it on record. I got.
Oh yeah, I mean and y'all probably ain't gonna like the answers. Okay, all right, but feel free to ask me questions because I'll help you on your way there. I like, I'm a nerd with it. I love to answer questions. Also, if you guys can, I know if y'all on TikTok, follow me on TikTok as well. NLS Athletic. That's it. You'll find me on TikTok. I have a lot of videos in at home workouts, gym workouts.
Yeah.
I got all that stuff on there. Just follow and kind of keep me going, because I like to present stuff for people that I like to motivate, and I like to present stuff to people that they a different perspective on the fitness journey. So I definitely encourage y'all to follow all those sites if you can. And thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for coming. We're trying to help the people get it together. Oh, great interview. Thanks for this. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I enjoyed the chat. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed. Definitely let us know what your biggest takeaways were. Drop them in the chat.
Yeah, for sure. I got to do this again, man. I like I said, I like talking, especially about this stuff. So
yeah, it sounds like you need to start going live.
Okay, you know what? I deserve that. I'll be going live soon, y'all. I'll be going live soon. You know what I'm saying? It's all recorded. I'll be going live soon, no doubt. Yes. Accountability.
Yeah, see, you can hold him accountable too. So you all, thank you. You all have a good night. Thank you for coming. I'm going to go ahead and end this. Just do it. Exactly. Nike knew what they were talking about. They knew what they were talking about. It's simple, but it says so much in 3 words. Just do it.
Just do it and adjust. That's it. Just do it and adjust.
That's it. That's all. That's all you got to do. And remember, it's for you. All right.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'm looking to hear from you guys on my social media platforms. You guys have a good one.